How do folks, how are you all doing? Right, Rattling around Wales, charity run. What is it, why, etc. Basically, I've been wanting to do a bit of a charity ride type of thing, kind of a challenge for a while, and I eventually come up with the idea of riding the circumference of Wales. Not the exact circumference, following the border exactly, but just a rough around Wales. The reason I'm not going to do every single corner, as it were, is it's going to take me too long with the bike I'm using, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, I had a conversation about this with my mate Jonathan, who you'll know from my off-roading videos. He's my partner in grime, as I call it, or call him, I should say. And he was dead keen to come along as well. He was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. So, what we've come up with, a rough plan. We are going to head out from Cardiff, going to head up the border between Wales and England, roughly up to North Wales, across the top of Wales, and then come down the west coast, all the way down to St David's, then along the bottom, all the way along the coast to back to Cardiff. That's the plan. We're going to do it over a weekend. We'll be stopping as and when we feel like to get food, wherever we find food. Guaranteed there'll be a Greggs involved. There always is. We'll stop wherever we end up and find a Premier Inn, hotel, B&B, whatever we can find. We'll find somewhere to stay for the night, and then we'll move on the next day. We're doing it in aid of mental health motorbike. So Jonathan, because he's a technical expert, he's going to set up a Just Giving page, and every penny raised through Just Giving is going to go to mental health motorbike. It's charity for the mental health and welfare of bikers, motorcyclists. Check out their websites and Facebook pages. I don't have links and stuff, but please do check them out. Great guys and ladies. For me personally, I think a brilliant charity. Both Jonathan and myself are keen motorcyclist bikers, call it what you will. And as you all know, I do suffer with mental health issues. So I thought it was ideal, and Jonathan agrees, he's happy with that as well. So like I say, every penny raised will go to mental health motorbike. That's it, end of story. The bikes we're using, which is why it's a little bit of a challenge. Jonathan is going to take his recently acquired Norton 961 Commando Sport. Now, he hasn't owned it long. He's hardly ridden it at all. So we don't know the reliability of the bike in general. We don't know that specific bike's reliability, or how well it'll do on a long trip. So that adds to the fun. Me, of course, to make it more challenging, I'm taking the Brian, my Royal Enfield Himalayan. Yeah, why not? KTM would be too easy, so I'm taking the Brian with a cruising speed of around 50-60 miles an hour, depending on how steep the hills are. Hence why we're not doing every inch of Wales. We're skipping Anglesey, for example. So yeah, that is kind of the plan. We're just going to jump on the bikes, head out early Saturday morning, work our way up to top of Wales, cross the top, down the other side, back home to Cardiff on the Sunday, stop wherever, eat wherever, and hopefully raise a few quid for charity. That's it. That's what we're doing. More details will appear on the channel, on my channel, Grumps Rides, and also on Jonathan's channel, Norton Unofficial. Do check out his channel if you're into Nortons or not. He does some really interesting videos about Norton, about the company, what's been going on, where it's going, etc. They really are interesting videos. I'm not a fan of Nortons, and I really enjoy them, so they can't be that bad. But he's a great guy anyway. But yeah, check out Norton Unofficial. He'll have more details as well. I'll be throwing up details on my channel as we go along. As the information comes along, we'll chuck it up on the channels and keep you all informed of what's going on. We're going to aim hopefully for around the end of April, beginning of May to do the run, before it gets too busy on the roads and just as the weather's improving slightly, so hopefully only get a bit damp instead of soak through. We live in hopes. But that's it. We'll see what happens. But that's the general idea of the run, and we'll see what happens as we go. Right, I'm off, Geeks. I want a cup of coffee. We'll get back to you as soon as we've got some more details. Doodles!